Hello everyone, DSP here, and today is my Digital Summer Party Marathon event. One of the segments that we decided I was going to do today was to go through the gaming schedule for the rest of 2023 now that we have all these digital events that have passed. Sony, Microsoft, Bethesda, Capcom, Ubisoft, and the like. Summer Game Fest is over. We now have a look at the gaming landscape for the rest of the year. Now we can look and say, oh, here's the games coming out when, and I can actually make a concrete schedule of games that I'm interested in so that we know exactly what's happening each month. And what we need to do today is we need to look at this gaming landscape, and we need to say, what games abso-freaking-lutely should I play on launch day? What games should I maybe have as a maybe and play later after launch day? And what games should I say, nah, we're just not going to play them, okay? Now, why do I have to do that? Because there's so many games coming out in the fall this year. There's no possible way I can play them all. September, October, and November are insanely loaded with game releases to the point where some 2 weeks, time has like 4 or 5 games. How are you going to play 5 games in 2 weeks? This is not going to happen. And I do have a tendency to bite off more than I can chew. And sadly, take on more than really makes sense. And we end up with playthroughs that last 3 months. I don't want to take on 10 playthroughs that last 3 months. I want to be playing the hottest games, but also the ones you guys want to see, the ones I want to play, but also making intelligent decisions based on feedback that I'm going to get live here today on what should actually be played right away or what can wait. All right? So that's really the point of us going through this. Now, today's a special event. As you can see, I've got festive vibes going on. We got summertime drinks. Berry lemonade tastes absolutely delicious. If I get a big contribution today, I'm drinking some bourbon whiskey. Plus, there's going to be a lot of interaction, so understand this is not just the schedule. This is me kind of chilling in a party vibe atmosphere with my viewing audience, of which we have a lot of people on stream today. So I hope you understand that. It's not necessarily just serious business, but we need to go through this. This will give us a good idea of what to do for the rest of the year, so that way I'm not completely confused each month. Should I play this? Should I not play this? Etc. Right? All right. So, that being said, I've caught up on shout-outs. We're good to go. We're going to get started. By the way, every 100 likes as well, I'm doing a crazy bubble gun deal. Everyone who's here on the stream knows what's going on. But if you're watching on demand, you might be like, what the hell is he doing? Well, it's a marathon. It's a silly summertime party. So, some silly things going on today. Okay? All right. Let's get started. So, we're in July. It's already July 2nd today. Sunday, July 2nd. This month, I'm already very busy with things I'm doing. For example, I'm still covering Street Fighter 6. At this point, I've played 11 of the 18 characters, but I'm trying to get good with certain characters, and it's mostly online play. I would like to eventually get to the World Tour mode. I played it 3 hours so far. Didn't really get time to go further in. I'm also playing both Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, as well as Diablo 4. At this point, I would argue I'm 3/4 or more through each of the stories of each game. Now, I'm well aware that in Zelda, there's more content in the open world, and I'm well aware that in Diablo 4, there's insane amounts of post-game content. But for me, my goal here is to try to focus in on beating those games in the next couple of weeks so we can get other stuff started up for variety purposes. There's people asking for me to bring back things like the Elden Ring second run and continue on with it. There's some people asking me to play a game like Amnesia the Bunker that came out last month on Game Pass, and I haven't had a chance to play it. So I hear people's requests. I'm like, I wish I had time to do these things. Once we start wrapping up these games I'm playing, then we'll look to do new stuff. And then, of course, I'm playing Final Fantasy 16, which I'm not even that far into. If you take a look at the playthrough at this point, I'm only, I want to say 12 hours in. And there'll be more of that coming up. But definitely that's going to be a game that's going to be a long-term playthrough balance with other stuff. So now let's take a look at what's coming out in July and see out of all these games. Because, by the way, July is historically one of the slowest months of the year. I guarantee you there probably will be very few games here that we'll likely be interested in. But let's take a look together and let's see what's coming out. So first of all, you ready? Stonks 9800 Stock Market. That sounds like a game that I absolutely must play. As you know, I'm a master of the stonks and the stock market. I actually was a finance major in college, and I feel like if I play this game, it will go viral, and I will probably exponentially grow on YouTube. So, stonks, I'm going to be dropping all other games, and starting tomorrow, I'll become a full-time stonks streamer. It sounds like something I want to get into. Darn, it's only a PC game, so scratch everything I just said. I'm not playing it. I'm skipping it. Okay. Actually taking a look, being more serious here, taking a look at the games coming out in July. All right. I've never heard of most of these, like Death or Treat, Incessant, Take No Prisoners, Tales from Alteria, American Hero Unrated Edition, Garlic, Synapse, Gimmick Special Edition, Guilt, Necrosmith, New Heights Realistic Climbing, Scarf, The Past Within, Lego Duplo World, Slay the Spire for Apple devices, meaning like Apple Mobile or something like that, I think. Or it could actually, that could be for like Mac. I'm not even sure. Swords and Bones 2, Tad the Lost Explorer, Legend of Heroes, Trails of Into Reverie, Rain World Downpour, The Valiant, Dead Man's Diary, Mordhau, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. I mean, you see the point I'm making? At this point, we're almost 2 weeks into July. Do you heard of any of these games? Do any of these make any sense of something that I would play or sound like something I'd be interested in, right? I mean, I'm curious if anyone knows. Input Bunny says Rain World is really good. What is Rain World? It says it is coming to Xbox Series X and S on July 12th. Let's see here. Rain World. According to this, it came out March 28th, 2017 with an IGN rating of 6.3. 22-hour main story, 30 hours. Rain World nails its oppressive world, but its beauty can't compensate for a design that works against the player. You're a lonely nomadic slug cat, both predator and prey. And it came out in 2017. I don't think I'm playing that. I guess it's coming to Xbox 6 years late. There you go. Let's keep going. Atelier Marie Remake, Battle Bows, Dyschronia Chronos Alternate, Gravity Circuit, Manic Mechanics, Sonic Prime Dash, which appears to be a mobile game. Okay. Testament, The Order of High Toilets, Touhou New World, Arena Breakout. All right, the first game I even recognize for the month of July on July 14th is Exo Primal. Okay? But let's be honest here. Exo Primal seems to be an online action game based in co-op. It seems like it's going to be a lot of grindy style gameplay against a bunch of dinosaurs, right? I'm not saying it looks bad. I'm saying if you're someone who's one of these streamers who streams with a group and you're looking for one of these online co-op games, then Exo Primal looks good. But outside of that, it doesn't look, I don't think that I would really enjoy it, nor do I think that that would be anything entertaining for my audience. I mean, I'm just being honest. You guys could disagree. But the way I see it, if anything, I would try Exo Primal because I believe it's going to be a Game Pass day one release, so maybe I would just give it one stream to see what it is. But I really don't think that it's going to be anything that fits the content style that I make. You know what I'm saying? I have a certain style to it, and it's not a co-op online grindy style deal. So I don't think that that's going to work, all right? So here's what I'm going to do. I'll put it on the schedule only because it's a Game Pass game. And maybe, just for once, you guys would like to see me do a stream of it just to test it. But I really don't foresee that turning into a lengthy playthrough or anything. That's right. It's the Capcom-based dinosaur game where you're shooting them with future tech. Yes. Okay. We've got Invector Rhythm Galaxy, Jagged Alliance 3, Ridiculous Fishing EX, Core-Born Nations of the Ultra Core, Ember Knights, From Madness with Love, Full Void, Lisa Definitive Edition. Now, I did get suggested this game. A few years ago, people suggested a game named Lisa. And I guess what it is a traditional turn-based RPG but it has really unique art design, and it's apparently very dark. Like, it's a really dark RPG. And I guess some people were comparing it to games like Undertale and stuff like that. Okay? But I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing me play this or not. So like I said, there have been requests for this Lisa game over the course of the years, but I've never played it. The other problem is I'm already playing 3 RPGs, and I really have a hard time believing that the first game that I should play after beating 3 RPGs is an RPG. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? I want your feedback. See what people have to say here. JDTV says no. He wants me to play Elden Ring. Zebra says Lisa is 12 hours long. Eshel says Lisa is a game you play if you hate yourself. It's going to make you feel terrible in a good way. Wow. So is it a skip? Okay, forget it. Most people don't seem too into it. Okay. My Friendly Neighborhood, Roto Force, Tectonica, Turbo Overkill, Viewfinder, Xenonauts 2, Blackout Protocol, Cramped Room of Death, Let's Revolution, Suicide Guy The Lost Dreams, T for God, Ducky's Delivery Service, oh my god, Homeseek. These are all the July releases. Lakeburg Legacies, Might and Magic Clash of Heroes, Nobunaga's Ambition Awakening, One Military Camp, Punch Club 2 Fast Forward, Sea of Thieves Legend of Monkey Island Expansion. If I was playing Sea of Thieves, I probably would play that. But I don't play it, so I'm not interested in it. Put the sunglasses back on. You want that instead? Some people are saying put the sunglasses back on. The Sims 4 Horse Rancher Expansion Pack, Unholy, Brew Pub Simulator. Okay, a game that I'm aware of. Pikmin 4 is coming out on July 21st. Now, here's the deal. I played Pikmin 3 many years ago during the summer months on the Wii U. I liked it, but absolutely there were parts of it that felt very challenging and grindy. And some of the streaming audience really liked the game, and some really hated it. Overall, I really enjoyed the playthrough, and I was hoping that they would continue this franchise. Well, here we are like 8+ years later, and they are. I wouldn't be against playing Pikmin 4, but at the same time, I don't know if it's going to be something that my main audience is going to like. I'm not sure, especially now because I'm an interactive streamer. Remember the jokes? You get the fruit, you get the juice. Get the fruit, squeeze the juice, drink the juice from the fruit. I remember all that. It was cute. It was cute stuff. It was a good game in that regard. But I'm not necessarily sure that it's going to work. I'm putting it on the list as a maybe. And the way I feel is like it's situational. Like, let's say we get to the 3rd week of July and things are kind of boring, or things are played out and people want something different for variety. Maybe we play it. So I would say it's a maybe. Same thing with Exoprimal. I'm going to put an M next to these if they're maybes. Okay? All right, continuing on. Off-Road Mechanics Simulator, Hogwarts Legacy on the Switch, Mr. Run and Jump, Remnant 2. Now, someone has been saying something about Remnant 2, but I don't know what Remnant 2 is, right? This is funny. Darth Gulbach says, so let me get this straight. All these unknown games are coming out in July, but no developer thought, hey, maybe we should release our game in July rather than cram them all into the last 2-month window that everything came out in. Yes. The answer is yes. These game developers just don't think, or I should say maybe it's more of the game publishers' decisions. They really don't think. They don't look at the game landscape. They don't realize that the summer is literally empty every year, and that if they were the only game in town, they would probably sell like hotcakes. Instead, they just think, I gotta release the same time as everybody else. I gotta be the same, gotta copy everyone. Just like a fucking lemming running off a cliff into the ocean. That's how they are. They're just dumb as shit. They really don't understand gamer or gaming mentality. They just think money, 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 and they think they're going to have inflated sales by releasing during these different windows. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous that no one capitalizes on the summer window. But, so what is Remnant 2? I don't remember playing the first Remnant. No, so I don't know what Remnant 2 is. It's Dark Souls with guns? Oh, no. Oh, no. It's one of these friggin' Dark Souls knockoffs? Then I'm probably not playing it, man. If that's really what it is. It's a friggin' Dark Souls knockoff game? No, please. I've been trying to avoid these so badly. I don't want to play Dark Souls knockoff games. Dark Souls with guns. It's also a co-op game. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm very skeptical about this. I am. I don't know if it's one I want to consider or not. It's challenging like Dark Souls, but not like Dark Souls. People are disagreeing in my own chat about what the game is. Remnant is very easy in comparison. Ugh. I don't know. I don't think it's something I'm interested in, honestly. I mean, here's the deal. We got to go back to Elden Ring. Why would I be playing a knockoff if I could play Elden Ring and finish that run of that? So, screw that. I'm eliminating it myself. I'm doing a self-elimination. Okay? There you go. Okay. Ratchet & Clank is coming to PC. Delivery Inc. Double Dragon Gaiden. Rise of the Dragons. What is that? Is that a new Double Dragon game coming out? It sounds like it, right? That sounds like a Game Pass game, but I wonder if it's Game Pass. Anyone know? Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragons? If it's Game Pass, I might play through it. Reminds me of last summer, we had the Ninja Turtles games that came out, remember? I'm going to put it on my calendar, but I don't know if it's Game Pass or not. So that's July 27th, and that's a maybe. Not on Game Pass? Alright, I'll think about it. Koa and the Five Pirates of Mara, Let's School, Lunacy St. Rhodes, Pixel Jump Scrappers Deluxe, Puzzles for Clef, Rightfully Bury Arms, Sword and Fairy Into, The Expanse, a Telltale series. Now, I have never watched the TV show The Expanse. So if I were to be interested in playing this Expanse Telltale game, would I even understand it or like it? Or would it be like, I don't get any of it because I don't play the game or I don't watch the show, right? You know, back when I played the Walking Dead games, I didn't really watch the show, but then I got into the show after I started playing it. So, I wonder, what do you think? What about this Expanse Telltale game? Anyone, what do you guys think about that? You think it would be good? Or do you think, nah, if you're not into the sci-fi vibes and you haven't watched the show, you shouldn't bother with it? What do you think? Wolf Among Us was good without the original material. This could be fun, says Zebra. Nah, no. Maybe. Go for it. Bleach number 9 says, looking good. What's up? What's going on, Bleach? Good to have you here. Play it. It's a new Telltale game. Could be like the other Telltale games were standalone series from the show like Game of Thrones and The Walking Dead. I'll put it on as a maybe. Only as a maybe. Astro Battlers TD, Disney Illusion Island, Hello Kitty Adventures, Pico Interactive Arcade 1, Super Sean 008, Zellar's Revenge, The Sydney Hunter Collection, Moonrise Fall, Aria's Melody, F1 Manager 2023, Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition, Space Invaders 2 Quarter Arcade, Venba, and that's it. So, let's be honest here, alright? Out of all the games coming out in July, there's 4 I even recognize and are interested in. Exoprimal, Pikmin 4, Double Dragon Gaiden, and the Expanse Telltale game. No guarantee I'm even going to be playing any of those. I guess what we'll do is we'll have to play it by ear. Let's see how the month goes. Depending on how quickly I beat games like Zelda or Diablo. If you guys want me to play a game like Amnesia the Bunker, or maybe bring back Elden Ring, right? Depending on that, I think that'll feed into what we end up playing for July. I would say I'm not committing to any of those games. Like, those are maybes. Maybe if there's time, if there's something new we want to mix up into the schedule, but I'm not 100% interested, like, in any of those games guaranteed, so I really don't want to commit to any of them, right? I don't think it makes sense to commit to any of those games, right? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what happened? We just hit 200 likes. And with hitting 200 likes, that means it is time for a celebratory bubble blow here during my digital summer party. So if everyone could just bear with me for a second from the schedule, right? We got some serious business to take care of right now. You understand? So thank you all for joining me during today's marathon event. Let's get those party vibes going, ladies and gents. Thank you so very much. Yeah! Come on! It's bubble time, baby! Yeah! These bubble guns are seriously cool. There's a million bubbles in my office right now. I love it. They're flying everywhere. Thank you for the engagement. Remember, engagement helps this channel a ton. I haven't had a lot of engagement in a very long time. So having these likes on the stream will likely bring more newcomers to the channel. And I'm thankful for that. Thank you guys for the engagement. Every 100 likes, I will do another big bubble blow like that for you guys, okay? And I got to clean up in the aftermath because there's bubble juice everywhere. Yuck. Here we go. Very good. And again, this is a chill stream, not serious business. We can chat. You want to talk with me about something, tag me in the chat, you know. We'll talk about it. What's up, Airhead? Good to see you here today. We're in no big rush today to do anything, right? We got plenty of time to enjoy each other's company. Remember, for a large contribution today, I will take shots of bourbon whiskey live on the stream. I've already taken a few, but they're wearing off. So any other big contributions come in, it's bourbon time. See here. I received a $20 tip. From 1 Minute Man. Thank you very, very much to 1 Minute Man, as usual, for your ongoing support of all of my content. I really appreciate that. And let's get that updated on the leaderboard, shall we? Very nice. Cool. Remember, guys, great opportunity today to support the channel in any way. We have a lot of viewers on the channel today. So I would say this would be a great opportunity if you wanted to help the community with some gifted memberships. This would be the day to do it. There's a lot of people ready to accept. So thanks in advance to anyone who supports in any way. Thank you, 1 Minute Man, for the tip. All right, now, let's continue on. That's July. July, I'll be honest, is a pretty dead month, right? We're going to be wrapping up the RPGs I'm playing, more Street Fighter 6 coverage, special Machinima event, reacting is coming, all kinds of stuff, but nothing really big in the realm of new release games. Let's move on to August, okay? So, the month of August. Let's go through these games and see if I even recognize any of them. Baroni, Boyhood's End, On Guard, Baldur's Gate 3. Now, that's probably the most notable one right now in August. Now, Baldur's Gate 3 is a game people have waited for a very, very long time. It's apparently an incredibly lengthy, very narrative-based RPG. However, I don't think it's for me. Number one, it's going to primarily be on PC, although it will have a PlayStation version. That version's not coming out till September. I just don't see myself playing a 180-hour narrative-based game anytime soon. Being that I'm a variety content creator, even if I played this game non-stop for 2-3 weeks, we'd not even be halfway into it. You understand? I just don't think it's for me. I think that there's an audience for it, similar to the audience that likes games like Divinity. Remember when I played Divinity Original Sin 2, we were like 60 hours in, and people were like, you're not even halfway yet? I feel like that's the audience for a game like this. And that's fine. I'm not going to hate on it. Good for you. For me, being a variety content creator, I don't think this is the kind of thing I'm interested in. So for those playing Baldur's Gate 3, enjoy on PC in August or PlayStation in September. But for me, I don't think it's a game I'll be playing. Okay? All right. Continuing on. Flutter Away, Sklash, Atlas Fallen. Any of these are. Pups and Purrs Pet Shop. Now that one I'm interested in. Right? That one sounds pretty good on the Switch. So maybe we'll do that one. Virtual pet game. Stray is actually coming to Xbox consoles on August 10th. If anyone's interested, could be a good opportunity to play a game that was one of the best of last year. If you didn't play it because it was a PlayStation exclusive, now's your chance. Moving out to City of Murals, Book of Hours, Madden NFL 24, Shadow Gambit The Cursed Crew, Vampire Survivors on the Nintendo Switch, A Bomb Rush Cyberpunk, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Allow me to talk a little bit about this. So, am I not correct in stating that this is a game being made by a game studio that already made a prominent game that did well? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I feel like they already made something else, right? It's not the same people who made Friday the 13th, right? It's not. It's that they made a different game. But is it not a team-based survival game where it's 4 survivors against a killer and you're trying to survive, or is it different? Let me open this up here. Sumo Digital. What did Sumo Digital make? The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an asymmetrical multiplayer horror game based on the groundbreaking 1974 film. It's a battle of the Slaughter family versus their small group of college student victims, and only one side is armed with chainsaws. It's an asymmetrical survival game similar to Dead by Daylight. Well, here we go again. It's the same formula rehashed again. So I'm sorry, but that's a skip for me, man. I get the fad, but if I'm going to play an asymmetrical horror game, I'll play the asymmetrical horror game. I'll play Dead by Daylight. Why am I going to play the next latest knockoff? Do you remember last year when there was the Evil Dead asymmetrical horror game, the Dragon Ball Z asymmetrical horror game, and there was another one. There was like 3 of them. What was the one that came out like 2 weeks after the Dragon Ball Z one? So the funny part about all that is when those games came out, I said to all of you, there's literally no reason to play them. These games will be dead within a couple weeks of release. And guess what happened? Like, dead on 100% prediction correct. No one cares about them. No one plays them. You could buy those games online for like $10, $15. No one cares about them. They come out. People talk about them for a day or two. They play them on their streams because they get paid to. And then after that, no one gives 2 shits. It's just another knockoff, right? So, yeah, I'm not going to be playing Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I forget what the other one was. Because remember I made fun of Dragon Ball Z, The Breakers. That's what it was called. I was like, dude, Dragon Ball Z asymmetrical survival is the dumbest idea ever. And it flopped. It didn't do well at all from what I'm to understand. But there was another one that came out like 2 days later or something crazy like that. I swear it was like a week or 2 later. It was the same exact formula again. I was like, dude, they just fucking came out with one. Why would you have 2 back-to-back like that? Anyway, let's continue. Immortals of Avium. Now, didn't we hear something about this game during one of the digital events? Right? I think we did. But let's take a look at this. Immortals of Avium. Immortals of Avium is a single-player, first-person magic shooter that tells the story of Jack as he joins an elite order of battle mages to save a world on the edge of abyss. That's right. I said this is one of the games. It looked like Hexen. It reminded me of Hexen. Yeah. It looks interesting. I think I want to see more of it before it comes out, but it actually looked decent. It looked like a different take on the first-person shooter genre. So this is one it's a maybe for me. It's not a definite, but it looked interesting to me. And it comes out for Xbox and PlayStation. Yeah. Originally, it was supposed to come out earlier, but then they delayed it till August. Immortals of Avium. All right. So that's a maybe. Let me write this one down. That's August 22nd. Hoping my pen was open. What is it? It's August 22nd. And that's a maybe. Okay. Smurfs Kart. That's August 22nd. That's an absolute yes. I'm definitely playing Smurf Kart. Why wouldn't I play that? Smurfs Kart? No, I'm not doing that. The next one here that you guys have asked me about. All right. August 25th. Armored Core 6. Fires of Rubicon. I know nothing about Armored Core. Okay? I don't. I know nothing about Armored Core. I don't know if you guys would want to see me play it or not. I don't even know if it's a game that I'd be interested in. It's a mech combat game, but people are saying basically the way you do this game is you build a mech, you go out, and you see if you do well. And if you get fucked up, you basically go back to the drawing board. You go back, you rebuild the mech from scratch, try to do a different build, and try again. I don't know if this is going to be anything that's going to work for my style of content or not, honestly. So, really, you know, the Scale Scholar says, it's mech fighting. There's no story. There's no voice acting. It's literally just mechs. It is FromSoft, so there's a gimmick there. Oh, it's FromSoft. You got to play the FromSoft game, right? But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know if it's something that I want to play or not. I got it as a maybe on my schedule, okay? So it's there as a maybe. I got a dollar tip from Shinkin25 who says, if you get downtime in July and August, consider playing Serious Sam 4 on Game Pass. Also play Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, Metroid Fusion, or Zelda Minish Cap on the Switch's Game Boy Advance channel. That's a lot of suggestions. I'm always down for retro games or games that I've missed. And the way I see it is once we get through some of these games, like finish Zelda, finish Diablo, now we're going to have stream slots open for different stuff, right? I'm still going to continue to play Street Fighter 6, and I'm still going to continue to play Final Fantasy 16, but we're going to be looking for other things to take up the other slots. Those are good suggestions. Retro stuff during the summer makes sense. There is something else I should point out. September is my 15-year anniversary as a content creator. But as you're about to see, September is going to be one of the busiest game release months ever. So what I want to do is I want to do a special marathon, or not marathon, a special anniversary style event in August into September celebrating my 15 years anniversary. So there's going to be retrospective events where we watch content from my past and I comment on it. There's going to be gameplay, like me maybe going back and playing older games. Like I'm thinking maybe I'd play through a Saints Row 2 because I never did a full playthrough of it and now it's available on modern consoles. Or maybe like Fable 2 or something like that. Throwback playthrough some stuff that I played 15 years ago. All right. I want to do a retrospective on Project 7. It won't be an incredibly long one, but I want to go back and kind of talk about that time in my life, how it came to be. I want to talk about, rewatch the show with you guys and comment over it. I want to do a Project 7 special at some point, okay? So I'm thinking August is a good month to do that. As you can see, there's a lot of dead time in August going on. So, absolutely, I would enjoy doing that with all of you to celebrate my anniversary as part of August's festivities and into early September. So even though you're like, man, this summer just sounds dead. There's not a lot going on. Never fear, there may be a lot of stuff to do, okay? What's up, Ian Shang Forever? Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Okay, continuing on. Agatha Christie's Hercule Poirot. Isn't that a crossover? Isn't Hercule supposed to be like a a detective as well. Excuse me. Goodbye Volcano High. That's the furry or anthropomorphic animal drama game, is it not? I think we saw different clips from it over time, and I'm like, I'm probably not playing it. I'm probably going to skip it. I'm just saying. Goodbye Volcano High. I don't think it's really for my audience, all right? You probably want to see like a, one of the VTubers play it. You know what I mean? Not me. Anyway. Rhapsody 2, Rhapsody 3, Rhapsody, Karl Marx Kingdom. What? No, Marl Kingdom. Excuse me. I thought I said Karl Marx Kingdom. No, I'm not playing the Rhapsody game. Samba de Amigo Party Central. They're actually making a new Samba de Amigo game after this time. Holy shit. Sea of Stars. I don't know what that is. Under the Waves. How to Escape. Taito Milestone 2. Ark Survival Ascended. And that's it. Everything else is a placeholder date. So honestly, in August, again, it seems very dead, does it not? That seems like a super dead month. But that means that could be a really good month for me to do a lot of anniversary events and playthroughs, right? Playing some retro games, doing some retrospectives, the Project 7 thing I want to do. Seems like a great opportunity to cash in on that and do it then when there's not much else going on. Because I feel like once we hit September, we're going to be in like gaming overload. And we're going to definitely need to focus in on the games coming out, okay? And we're going to talk about that in just a second here, all right? So, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk is inspired by Jet Set Radio. Maybe you'd like it if you played those. I never played Jet Set Radio. I don't know anything about it, actually. I've heard it's like a cult classic, but I don't even know what it is or how it plays. What about Diablo Season 1, which will be in about 2 weeks, says JTTV? First of all, do we even know that I'll have the story done in 2 weeks? Let's be honest, right? Like, in order to do any seasonal content, I need to complete the story. And then on top of that, after having played Diablo for like 25 to 30 straight hours to beat the story, is anyone really going to want to see me jump into a new season? Oh, I'll do the seasonal content now. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know about that. I think people might want to see me step away from Diablo after a while, right? Okay. Well, I think it's time to start with September's discussions. Again, guys, if you want to talk to me about anything besides clogging the toilet at Burger King like Clemson Tide just brought up, go ahead. But, this is an interactive stream. If you want to chat, we can chat while I'm going through the schedule, okay? All right. Let's continue on. And now we're heading into September, all right? Fortune's Run, The Paperman Adventure, Chance of Senar. All right. There's this game I've been hearing something about. I don't know if you guys heard about it yet. It's a small time release from what I don't understand. It's probably from a studio that you never heard of. But I'm deciding maybe I'll give it a chance. I've heard it's called Starfield. Did you hear about this one? So I heard this little like up and comer called, I think they're called Bethesda or something like that. So this game's coming out on September 6th. And I think that maybe it could get some interest out of my audience. I'm not sure. But it is on Game Pass. Being that it's on Game Pass, it's kind of selling the game for me. Because I might not have checked it out otherwise. But being that it's on Game Pass, maybe now I'll actually give it a shot. You know what I'm saying? Because usually I don't try out games that from studios that are not big, well-known. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't heard of anything coming good out of, Bethesda in a very long time. I've actually heard, see, Darzak just said, I heard it's a No Man's Sky clone. Exactly. Sounds like it's a No Man's Sky. So maybe I don't want to play it. But it is a Game Pass game. All right? Obviously, I'm being facetious here. I think that Starfield is probably one of the biggest games of the year, right? That everyone wants to see me play. That's September 6th. That is a definite, absolute yes. 1,000,000% yes. I'll be playing Starfield starting on September 6th. So you see my point when I'm talking about doing all these anniversary events. I want to have them done by September 6th so that when these new big releases start coming out, that's what I can focus on. All right? Okay. Rift Sweepers. Toss. Exclamation point. Fae Farm. That's the game, if you remember, that's the game that has fairies on a farm, and it seems like a combination of, like, Animal Crossing with, like, Stardew Valley. Remember that? From the, I think it was Summer Game Fest that showed that or whatever. Right? Life by You. Super Bomberman R2. Baton Kaitos 1 and 2 HD Remaster. The Crew Motorfest, which is hilarious because the Crew Motorfest is literally Forza Horizon. Like, it's the same game. If you saw when they were advertising it, it literally is exactly the same game. I just find it hilarious they're trying to lie about it and act like it's something different when it's not. Baby Shark Sing and Swim Party. Gloom Haven. Now here's one that I'm interested in, but I'm not sold. Lies of P. That is September 19th. It's a maybe. I'm interested in it, but I want to play the demo because I've heard big mixed feelings about the demo. And so I'm not sold 100% on playing this yet. So I think what I will do is at some point I will make an effort to play the demo before the game comes out and determine for myself based on the demo if I want to get the final game or not. Okay? It is Game Pass. So I'm going to put maybe. I put GP next to it so that I would know that it's Game Pass. I'm going to put GP next to all the games that are Game Pass games so I know what's Game Pass and what's not. Okay. However, a game that I absolutely, positively, 100% am very sold on. Mortal Kombat 1 comes out exactly the same day, September 19th. And as you know, I look like Johnny Cage right now with the way I'm dressed. I'm interested in that for sure. So Mortal Kombat 1 on September 19th is a 100% yes for me. I will be playing that for sure. Smashed my foot on my bubble guns here. I'll be playing that for sure on September 19th as a new release. Okay? Cool. Continuing on. Men of War 2. Party Animals. Witchfire. Witchfire. Hold on. Let me look at this. It sounds familiar. I'll open it up and see what it says. Witchfire. Yeah, this is another one that looks like it's guns but with magic, right? Witchfire is a dark fantasy first-person shooter for the makers of The Vanishing of Ethan Carter and Painkiller. Painkiller. But it's PC only. Never mind. Well, fuck that. Too bad they can't put it on console. I guess I'm not playing it. I actually was interested in it. But it's PC only, so fuck them. I'm not playing it. Hellsweeper VR. Payday 3. I mean, I'm not interested in... I never played Payday 1 or 2. So I'm not really interested in Payday 3 either. Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty. Don't give two fucks about that. Harvest Moon. The Winds of what? It's a new Harvest Moon game, apparently. I can't read it. The Winds of what? The Winds of Anthos? Who the fuck is Anthos and why are they passing wind? I don't know what that is, but I'm interested in Harvest Moon. I've never played a Harvest Moon game before. And if we're looking for a chill game at that point, right? Maybe that could be something interesting. I'm going to put it on here. The Winds of Argos? No, Anthos. That's a maybe. It's literally on every platform. It's on Switch, PS4, Xbox One, PS5, PC, and Xbox Series S and X. They're porting it to every single thing possible. So, it's a maybe for me. It's not a yes or no, it's a maybe for me, okay? Oh, some tips have come in. Let's shout out these tips. Thank you to people who are contributing. We got a $3 tip here from CM Fool. What if someone gifts you the collector's edition so you can play on September 1st? This is a collector's edition of what? CM Fool. What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're speaking of. If you can elaborate, I'll answer, but I don't know what you're talking about. Does anyone know what he's talking about? Starfield? Do you think that's what he's talking about? How does it work? I thought it comes out September 6th on Game Pass. Is that not true? So wait, are they selling it? Are you saying that they're selling it ahead of time for extra money just to play it early, even though it's a Game Pass game and they think that's their plot to make money on this thing? Yeah, that's exactly what people are saying. They're saying it's Game Pass, but you can buy early access. Oh my god. And the sad fact is, a ton of people are going to do that, right? It's free. If you have Game Pass, the game is free. Why would you spend extra money to play it a few days early? It's free. It's not like you get an advantage for playing it early. It's a single-player game. I guarantee you tons of people are going to do that. I guarantee it. People will just fall for that stuff. But, okay, so CM Fool is saying if someone donates it, would I play it early? I guess. If you guys were absolutely foaming at the mouth to see me play Starfield as soon as humanly possible, and you wanted to donate the game, or the better version of the game, to play it early, then yes. But I'm not going to buy that. If I'm not, I'm going to wait. I have Game Pass. I'll wait for it to be on Game Pass. I'd be pretty silly to spend the extra money just to play it for a few extra days, I feel. I don't think that's worth it. So, that's up to you guys. CM Fool, I don't know if he's making the offer here or whatever, but I say yes only if it's gifted. Okay? Okay. I received a $5 tip. And it's a troll. It's an absolute asshole who thinks I'm stupid or something. So, fuck you. Alright, let's continue. Now, what a dunce. That was a $5 tip, too. That wasn't even the dollar tip. I mean, that was a $5 tip from an idiot. Okay. Let's continue. My time at Sandrock, Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest. What the fuck does this say? I gotta open this one up. I can't even read it. It has like 14 titles. Right? Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai. What the hell is that? Infinity Strash, Dragon Quest, The Adventure of Dai allows players to live through the story of the exhilarating anime series, The Adventure of Dai, firsthand in an action role-playing game that combines stunning visuals and art with art from the anime and manga. I'm going to pass on that one. I didn't know what that was. I didn't even know there was an anime. So I'm going to skip. What is Cocoon? Action puzzle. Cocoon. From the lead gameplay designer of Limbo and Inside, Cocoon takes you on an adventure across worlds within worlds, master world-leaping mechanics, and solve intricate puzzles to unravel a cosmic mystery. And it looks like it's coming out on the Xbox, on the Switch, on the PlayStation, and on PC. Huh. Wonder if it'll be any good. I'll put it down as a maybe. I don't know how much attention it would get. It sounds interesting or unique, especially because it's from the makers of two games I like, Limbo and Inside. What is that, September 29th? And I'll put that as a maybe, a consideration. It's Game Pass. People are saying it's Game Pass. Thank you for telling me. I'll put that on here, Game Pass. Do I like curry? Yes, I do. I like both Indian and Japanese style curry. Hello, Gorilla. How are you? Gorilla Pack. There we go. Okay. Ninja Kids Time Masters, 99 fails, and that's it. Now we're to games that don't have solid dates. So September is an interesting month. You start off September almost immediately with Starfield. Then you got about a 2-week break, but then you got Lies of P and Mortal Kombat 1. And then at the end of the month, you got Harvest Moon and Cocoon, although those are maybes. That's still a pretty solid lineup for September, no? Pretty solid, right? Okay. Continuing on. October. All right, let's talk about October. Silent Hope, The Lamplighters League, The Sister 2 Road to Fame, Detective Pikachu Returns. Now, I never played the original Detective Pikachu, right? Is it a good game? Is it something that you guys would be interested in seeing me play the sequel? I never played the original. I mean, there was a whole movie that came out that was successful based on it. So I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing me play Detective Pikachu or not. I don't even know what kind of a game it is, right? It was one of the last 3DS games, oh yeah? Lamplighters is day one Game Pass? I don't know what it is, though. Strategy? Strategy game probably ain't going to fit my style. Here, I'll put Detective Pikachu Returns on as a maybe, but I'm not saying I'm going to play it. Here, let's get to October here. This is October 6th. And it's a maybe. Switch only, of course. It's a Nintendo game. There you go. Okay. Continuing on. We've got Forza Motorsport. Now listen. If you're into the style of game where it's racing sim, 1,000,000% this is probably a great game. If you're into accessibility, this is actually arguably the first, racing sim that's fully accessible. My viewer, a longtime fan, and I would call him a friend, Super Blind Man, has worked on this game over the years and has made it accessible to people who have, hindered eyesight, basically. And that's awesome that he's got to work on a game concretely here, and this game is coming out in the fall. But I'm not into racing sims. I'm just not. If this is Forza Horizon and it's more arcadey with a unique open world and cool challenges and things, then I'm into it. I'm just not into racing sims. So I feel like I'm not going to play this one. And I know some people might be upset, but I don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to be bored to tears playing this game, Game Pass day one, is it? How about this? Since it's Game Pass day one, I'm going to put it as a maybe, all right? Maybe I'll do a stream of it just to see what it is, just to give it a try, and if it ends up being boring and I don't like it, then we write it off. But I'm honest, I don't think I'm going to like it. I think I'm going to be bored. I don't care about tuning cars. I don't care about the accuracy of the car in the game versus you know what I mean? Like, I just don't think I'm going to enjoy it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't foresee it happening, okay? Wild Card Football, Assassin's Creed Mirage. This is a 1,000,000% yes for me. For those who don't know, this is October 12th. And this is the one that plays like classic Assassin's Creed with some modernizations. We've already seen the gameplay demo that they showed at Ubisoft Forward. It looked great. 1,000,000% Assassin's Creed Mirage. I'm absolutely playing it no matter what. Looks great. Now, on October 13th, there's Lords of the Fallen. Now, here's the thing. I played Was it Lord of the Fallen, Lords of the Fallen, whatever it was called. I played the original one. All right. It was complete trash. The game was 1,000,000% trying to bite off of Dark Souls at the time. It failed miserably. It was a pale comparison. It was chock full of gameplay bugs and issues. Enemies disappearing from the game entirely for no reason. Enemies running away, disappearing, respawning right next to your body with full health, even though you had whittled them down to nothing. Just a pathetic game. Really one of the worst I've ever played in my entire history as a content creator. I'm not even joking. It was really pathetically bad. At launch, it was so embarrassing. I made a montage video of how bad the game was. Okay? So, since then, that studio has gone on to not only supposedly fix that game, but they made The Surge, they made The Surge 2, they've done a lot of other work, and now apparently this game has been handed over to a new studio. People are saying this game looks good. And I'm looking at it and I'm kind of like, is this a situation where I should stop being such a stubborn, stingy, old fart of a gamer, and I should give these guys the benefit of the doubt? And I should say, listen, I should try it. And if it doesn't work, whatever. But I'm almost in the situation where I feel like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I'm almost worried that if I buy the game and it sucks, now I'm going to feel like a fucking asshole. Because I already got the first one. The first one was a piece of dog shit. It was so bad. And I have no desire to play any games called Lords of the Fallen. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? I'm putting it on my list as a maybe. All right? A maybe. I'm not sold on it yet. What I am sold on is The Grinch Christmas Adventures. Yes, there's actually a game called The Grinch's Christmas Adventures coming out on October 13th. I'm not kidding. It's a real video game coming out. And here's the thing. I'm interested in it, but not for October. I think that would be a cool game to play in December around Christmas, maybe even for my Christmas marathon event. So I'm putting it on here as a play later for Christmas. I think that would make a lot of sense. By the way, I love the Dr. Seuss cartoon of the Grinch. So that's October 13th, and that's play later. That's seriously a shoo-in for a game to play around Christmas. I hope it's good, by the way. But why wouldn't you play that around Christmas, right? So that's cool. And yes, it actually does look like the Chuck Jones drawing Grinch. Let me look here. Actually, yeah, he's got the yellow eyes and everything. It actually does look like the freaking Grinch from the cartoon. Yeah. Steal all the presents in Whoville using gadgets like a stealthy Santa costume and candy cane lasso. Help sneak around, freeze characters with snowballs, learn the meaning of Christmas along the way. It's a festive action platformer. Sounds like a Christmas game to me that I would love to play around December. So I'm going to leave that on there as a strong, let's check it out in December style game. All right? By the way, I believe I received a tip. Someone tipped $1.50, says, when does the party start? Will we all get up and dance and do karaoke with you, singing and having barbecue grilling live on stream? Who should tell him? You want to tell him? Anyway, thanks for the tip. My food will be coming up around dinner time. So between 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, about 2.5 hours from now, that's when I'm eating the food. And then at the end of the night, the last thing we're doing is actually dessert. So that stuff's coming up. Okay. What did I just do? It's supposed to be 386. There we go. Oh, my keyboard desynced. That's what happened. Ah, that explains it. There we go. That happens sometimes. Why would they release the Grinch game in October? I have no clue, but they are. I don't know why it's coming out in October, but it is. Obviously, I would play it in December. Why would I play that in October, right? All right, so here's the deal. We're about 50-some minutes into the schedule. We still got the rest of October, November, and December to go. I got to take a leak. I'm just going to mute the mic, run and come right back. All right, give me a second. I'll literally be right back. I told you I'd be fast. All right, let's continue. Right where we left off here. I didn't miss anything, did I? Let's double check. Nope. Okay. Okay, so Alan Wake 2. The highly anticipated sequel to the over-decade-old game. Abso-freaking-lutely, I am interested in Alan Wake 2. Let's get that right here on the schedule. That's October 17th. 100% big yes. Absolutely. Iron Meat. Absolutely. Cavern of Dreams. Absolutely. Okay, I don't know what those two are. I'm just joking. Gangs of Sherwood. No. Hot Wheels. Unleashed 2. Probably not. Overpass 2. Doubtful. But what about Spider-Man 2, which is the game that I'm actually calling Spider-Man. I don't know why they're calling it The Spider-Man 2. It absolutely should be called Spider-Man. I don't know why they're not calling it Spider-Man. That's the best opportunity ever for them to do this. There's 2 Spider-Men in the game, and they're calling it Spider-Man 2. That's the stupidest name I've ever heard. It should be Spider-Man. So, I'm just calling it Spider-Man because I don't care. Spider-Man. This comes out October 20th. And this is an absolute yes for me. 100% positive yes. Now, on the very same day, and this is why things are getting hairy in October. Also on October 20th, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, the new 2D side-scrolling Mario Brothers game. And that is an absolute yes for me. 100%. I want to play it. Now, obviously, the priority is going to be the other games. Alan Wake, Spider-Man, and other things. But I absolutely want to play Super Mario Brothers Wonder. It likely will be like a chill game that gets balanced. You know, there's no rush to beat a 2D platformer. You know what I'm saying? So there you go. Whoa, NDO has just joined us, and NDO just dropped a 10-member bomb on the channel. So congratulations to Genetics, Marvin Martian, Steak Sandwich, Dr. Oink, Johnny Yen, Creatine User, Profit, Reverse 750, Flip Plop, and Mika, who all just got gifted memberships to the channel. Thank you so much, NDO, for stopping by today. It's good to see you. And thank you so much for supporting the community. I'm hoping to build the channel back up members-wise a bit here because we did lose quite a few of them back over the last month. So hopefully we'll get it back. Thank you, NDO. By the way, at the same time, I received a $25 tip from NDO103. So thank you, NDO, for the tip. And thank you for the gifted memberships to the community. Very nice of you, NDO. Let's go ahead and get a nice animation for you. And let's add that to the running total. So that'll get us up to 401? No. 411. 411 in tips today. Thank you, guys. And climbing. Remember, if I receive either a $100 super chat or a $100 tip, I will take a shot of bourbon whiskey live on the stream. I've already had several of these earlier, but they were much earlier now, a couple hours ago. So the effects have definitely pretty much, you know, gone through my system. Perhaps we'll see more by the end of today. We'll see. All right. NDO, awesome. Thank you so very much there. All right, continuing on. So Spider-Man 2, also known as Spider-Man, as well as the Super Mario Brothers Wonder, coming out both October 20th. They're both yeses, although obviously games like Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man will be the ones focused on the daytime streams, while a game like Super Mario Wonder will likely be a late-night chill stream, okay? All right. Just Dance 2024 edition comes out October 24th. No, I'm not playing it. Screw that jazz. That's a piece of junk. Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. Now, here's the deal with this, okay? Because some people already asked me, will I be playing Metal Gear Solid Collection? It comes out on October 24th, okay? Here is my answer. It's very simple. I want to play Metal Gear Solid 1 again on a modern console, all right? I've not had opportunity to do that because it hasn't been on a modern console, right? I've already replayed Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 before. They already were on PS3, so I've replayed those, you know, as the HD versions. I've played them again. But I never replayed Metal Gear Solid 1 because it's never been available, all right? So I want to replay Metal Gear Solid 1. But am I playing it on October 24th? No. No, I am not. I will play it at a later date. We'll play it once the busy gaming season is over. That's something for a future date. Maybe a silly special event or something we can do. But it's absolutely not something to go crazy for now. Why are we going to have that interjected into the busy gaming season? It doesn't even make sense, right? I get the feeling a lot of people are not going to be paying attention. They're going to buy that collection to boot the games up and be like, why do these games look like shit? I thought this was the remaster. It's not. It's literally a straight port of versions of the games that already exist. They're going to look like shit. They didn't improve anything. It's the remaster is Metal Gear Solid 3, and that's coming out in the future. It doesn't have a release date yet. Continuing on. City Skylines 2. This is interesting to me. For those who don't know, City Skylines, okay, is the game that kind of picked up the reins of city building and simming when SimCity failed. SimCity's last iteration was an always online DRM infested game that most people who bought couldn't play it. It had so many issues, and people just said, well, fuck this. And then City Skylines came out to compete, and everyone said, wow, this game actually did even better. It's way better than SimCity. So SimCity just tanked, while this game actually became very prominent. So this is the sequel. It comes out October 25th. It's a Game Pass game. It's something that I would consider for chill streaming. It's not something that will take priority, but I'm excited to maybe give a game like this a shot. Make our own virtual city, right? Build it up, see what we can do. What kind of stuff would be like a district of different entertainment and stuff. And people could interact with me. We could vote on stuff during the stream. What do you want to see in the city? What should I do? What order should I do stuff, right? I think that would be pretty neat. So, yeah, I guess we'll see. But anyway, yeah, City Skylines 2 is a maybe for me, and it's a Game Pass game, so I'm putting it in the agenda, but I'm probably not going to play it when it comes out, okay? Excuse me. Escanor says they didn't call it Spider-Man because Miles Morales doesn't go by Spider-Man. Technically, they just call him Miles Morales. Well, here's the thing. Does Miles Morales have the powers of a spider? Yes or no? Yes, Miles Morales has the powers of a spider, okay? Is Miles Morales a man? Yes, Miles Morales is a man, indeed. So regardless of what he calls himself, he could call himself the flagellating noodle. I don't care what he's called. He's a Spider-Man. So the game should be called Spider-Man. I'm sorry. It should be called Spider-Man. It's the only opportunity they would ever have a game they could call it that, but instead they called it Spider-Man 2. No, it's Spider-Man, you idiots. Okay. Anyway, so just listen to this. This is October. Detective Pikachu, Forza Motorsport, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Lords of the Fallen, The Grinch Christmas Adventures. Of course, we'll probably play that in December. Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Cities Skylines 2. That's an insane month. Now, what I mean is, like, for example, we can definitely pick and choose which games to play based on other games that I'm playing. And some of these could be, like, test it, but then drop it when other more important stuff comes out. Like, I would say the most important games, Assassin's Creed Mirage, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man, and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Those are, like, the 4 big ones for the month for me. All right? Now, the other thing is I'm being told, supposedly, Sonic Superstars has been leaked for October 17th. So I'm going to put a big asterisk here. That's an absolute yes, I'll be playing it, but it's not 100% confirmed, right? They didn't come out and say, oh, you know, it's definitely coming out. It was supposedly a leak, and, you know, we haven't gotten 100% confirmation yet. So without having 100% confirmation, I'm not feeling confident of saying that it's absolutely coming out and that I'll be playing it, okay? All right, let's move on to November. Lake Season's Greetings. I think what that is, it's a Christmas expansion to that game Lake, which I think was the narrative-based game based on, I guess, a woman who moves to a lakeside community. I think she becomes like a postal delivery woman or something like that. I don't know. But I'm probably not playing that. Star Ocean: The Second Story R, which is a remake of Star Ocean: The Second Story. Likely I'm not playing it then. If anyone ever wanted to see me play it later on, I would maybe consider it. But I don't think I'm going to play it at launch, okay? Thirsty Suitors, yes, 1,000,000%. It's an adventure cooking extreme sports game. Thirsty Suitors sounds really good. Definitely playing that one. I'm just kidding. Microsoft Flight Simulator Dune expansion. Don't think I'm doing that. I never even saw the movie. WarioWare Move It. It's a party game for the Switch. Now, the thing is, it could be pretty good, but I don't know if a party game is necessarily going to be something that holds interest for my audience. What do you guys think? Do you think that a party game would be something you'd like to see? Like me doing little mini games? Maybe for like one stream, right? But do you think that's something that's going to retain any kind of viewership? I don't know. What do you think? Joe Man says yes. Swagonito says yes. Vincent M says yes. It's goated. Big yes. Yes. Do it. Yes. 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 Please, yes. Yes. You think maybe some people want it, do you think? Yes, yes, oh yes, yes, Yarsh, yes, yes, let's go, yes. I don't even know what we're yesing, but yes, yup, yes. Absolutely not from JJNS. So because JJNS said absolutely not, I'm sorry guys, we're not playing WarioWare, that's it. Sorry. I mean, them's the breaks. That's how it works. JJNS, I'm sorry. You came up with the name The Dark Side of Machinima for our event coming up later this month, but you don't want us to play WarioWare. I'm not playing it. It's just that simple. All right. It's called WarioWare Move It, by the way. How about this? I'll put it as a maybe. Since you guys seem to want it so much, I don't know how it's going to turn into a long-term playthrough or anything for me. But if you guys think that it would be funny, maybe we'll play it. We'll consider it. Okay? Never Ending Beyond. Don't know what that. The Duke Nukem Collection. What in the hell are these? Duke Nukem Collection. Let's see what these are. There's 2 of them. What the fuck just happened? Oh, I misclicked. This collection of Duke Nukem classics includes remastered versions of Duke Nukem 1 and 2 as well as Duke Nukem 3D. Oh. Well, it's up to you guys. If you want to see me play old Duke Nukem games, your face, your ass, what's the difference? I'd be down for that. I played them in the 90s. They were quite fun. A bit grindy. Also, there's a second collection called Duke Nukem Time to Kill and Duke Nukem Land of the Babes, as well as the handheld release of Duke Nukem Advance. That one sounds like a skip. I'd play the classics, but I don't think I would play those shitty spin-offs. That sounds terrible. Jade, what's going on? Jade just did a super chat. He says, you know, I'm a little sick. I'm watching, but I'm not going to talk to chat that much. It's all good, Jade. If you don't feel good, you know, enjoy the event. Enjoy the marathon today. I hope you feel better. Thank you for the super chat. That's very nice of you. Get you up on the leaderboard as the latest super chatter. It's been a while since a super chat, so... Thank you, Jay. You know, I'm just going to say one thing, and I'm going to move on. But all these marathons I've done this year where I had an incentive to drink, everyone was saying, oh, why don't you count super chats? Why don't you count super chats? Right? And I said, well, because, you know, I need some help with tips or whatever. Today, I'm like, you know what? I'll count everything. Super chats and tips. No one took advantage of it. Right? I'm like, well, maybe it was just that vocal minority of people who like to whine about everything. And really, there was no one who cared that I didn't do super chats for this previously, you know? It's weird that for months and months people complain, oh, I would do it right now, but I can only do a super chat. And now I say, oh, well, now you can do it. And now no one does it, right? Kind of funny. Anyway, let's continue. Here we go. Welcome back, Derek. Continuing on. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who forgot... No, the man who erased his name. Yes. November 9th. Yes, I will be playing it. It is completely different from the Like a Dragon game that I played earlier this year. It's modernized. It's got new graphics, new controls. It's totally different from the Samurai one that I played earlier this year. Okay? So, absolutely, I will be playing Like a Dragon Gaiden, the story of Kazuma Kiryu, in November 9th, okay? Air Twister, the day before, the Smurfs 2 Prisoner of Azkaban. I don't know how that crossover happened. I don't think it's actually called that. I'm just joking. Persona 5 Tactics, like, I'll be honest here. I don't know about Persona 5 Tactics. First of all, it's an Atlas game, and for those who don't know, Atlas is absolutely infamous for hitting everyone with copyright strikes and takedowns when a new game comes out. So I'm already apprehensive about playing it anyway. But then on top of that, it's a tactics game, right? And I don't know if that would translate into something people like to see me play on my channel. I'm not sold. I mean, I'm interested in it. I am. But I'm very scared they're going to hit me with bullshit copyright strikes, which I cannot deal with. It's 2023. I'm not putting up with this bullshit anymore. You understand? I just can't have my channel affected by this nonsense from these fucking companies who don't know what they're doing. And Persona 5, when they hit me with that false copyright strike, that destroyed a lot of good faith that I had with Atlas. You know what I mean? Like, really, it just irked me the wrong way. Why the fuck would you hit me with a false copyright strike when I abided by all of the rules you laid out on the internet to play your fucking game? That pissed me off. And I still, to this day, haven't gotten over it. Because if you remember, I talked directly with the United States Atlas team. And you know what they told me about that? They said, we're really sorry. It just seems like the Japanese branch doesn't know what they're doing and do whatever they want. And we can't help it. We put out the guidelines they told us to put out to you, the gamers, making content. And they still hit you with a strike anyway, as if they just don't care about their own rules. And when I hear that, I'm like, so what confidence do I have that these guys would ever do the right thing? Or at this point, will they just keep fucking hitting me with false strikes if I play their games, you know? So it just sucks because I know that this is supposed to be supposedly like a continuation of Persona 5. It seems interesting. It just doesn't seem safe to play, you know? So here's the thing. I'm going to put it on there. And it's November 17th, by the way. But I'm just putting question marks. I almost feel like this is a game that I need to, if I'm going to play, I can't play at launch. I have to wait a month and play it late. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I feel like I have to wait. Derek, I saw your message, and I've already kind of just relayed that to everyone, that it's a new story based off of the plot of Persona 5, so thank you. But, yeah, like, I don't even feel safe fucking playing it. I don't. So I feel like I'm going to have to skip it in the short term and maybe play it long term. You know what I mean? However, Super Mario RPG Remake on November 17th, I am sold. That's a strong yes from me. I love that game. I played it several years ago. Seeing it redone with modernized graphics, modernized music is going to be amazing for this interactive audience. I think you guys are going to have a great time with me. So I'm very stoked for that, and I will be playing that one. Dark Maggot, how are you today? He just re-upped his membership for 25 months at the super supporter level and said, hello, Dark Maggot, how are you? Welcome to the marathon. I hope you guys are ready for a digital summer party continuing on here. Still sipping my summertime lemonade. And we're nearly done with the gaming schedule for 2023. We're already almost 90 minutes into it, which I knew it was going to take a long time, but I'm glad we're getting it out of the way first. Okay. Let's continue on. That's it for November. So now we head into December. And December right now does not have many concrete game release dates at all. In fact, taking a look at December, you could count the number of games on your hand, but some interesting games. For example, Dragon Quest Monsters. Can't read it. Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince comes out December 1st. Now, you guys have told me that the Dragon Quest Monsters series is a spin-off series that's similar to, say, almost Pokemon, where you control and raise the monsters and they're your team that you have go out and fight with. And that's interesting. But I don't know if it's something that you guys would want to see a playthrough of. I'm just being honest. I mean, I would love your feedback on that one, because that's one that, like, to me, I like Dragon Quest, I like Pokemon. But would that work for a playthrough for me? Or would that be something that we shouldn't do because it's just a spin-off game and it's not that good? You know what I'm saying? Like, I compare that to, like, Dragon Quest Builders. It was a spin-off game. I enjoyed it, but the playthrough was long and people didn't really like it that much. And I actually kind of regretted it long-term, because even though I liked it, you know, a lot of people thought it was too lengthy and I should have been playing other games. So I would definitely say it's a maybe, but I want your feedback on that. Okay, on to play it or not. I'll put it on the list just to say I know it exists. DQ Monsters. That's December 1st. And it's a question mark for me. I don't know. Okay? Similar to Persona 5 Tactics. It's a big question mark. Okay? And then we've got the big one for December right now. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. Okay? And based on what I've seen, I think it's a yes for me. It looks like Far Cry set in the world of Avatar. It looks interesting. The combat looks good. The graphics look good. If the plot is good, I think the game has potential to actually be a really great game this year. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself and say, oh, Game of the Year contender, right? But it really does look like they took the engine of Far Cry and made an Avatar game out of it. It should really be called Far Cry 7, right? So let's see what happens, but I'm kind of sold from what I've seen. That game actually looked really good. I thought it was a good premise. I was like, that seems like a good take, a good way to make that game. All right. Hold on a second here. Okay. Outside of that, I don't think there's anything like Sigil 2. I don't know what that is. It's PC only. Legends of Hapax. And that's it. Yeah, so really, that's it for the year. All right. So now that we've gone through that game schedule, all right, let me give you a big picture perspective on what we're looking at for the rest of 2023. Are you ready? So for the month of July, we've got Exo Primal, we've got Pikmin 4, we've got Double Dragon Gaiden, and we've got the Expanse Telltale game. All of those games are simply maybes. All right? Simply 100% maybes. All right? I'm not sold on any of them. I don't know if they're games that I want to play. The way I see it, it depends on what happens this month. You know, how much do I play Street Fighter 6? Do we beat Zelda? Do we beat Diablo 4? Do we want to do other games like more of the World Tour Street Fighter 6 or Amnesia the Bunker or bring back Elden Ring? Or do you want to see me do new stuff and interject those games in there, right? So there you go. Let me know what you think, but those are the maybe games for July. August, we've got Immortals of Avium and Armored Core 6. And guess what? They're also both maybes. All right? So, again, even with this summer, I knew this would happen. Incredibly slow summer for game releases. It always happens like this. But this will give me opportunity to focus in on the games I'm playing, to get back to the stuff that's been on hold, and, excuse me, I want to do an anniversary event in August celebrating my 15-year anniversary as a content creator. So we could go down memory lane doing a retrospective event. I want to do a retrospective on Project 7 specifically. I want to play some retro games like, for example, maybe Saints Row 2 or Fable 2 or something like that from back in the day and replay them in a modern setting with an interactive audience. That'll be fun to celebrate my big history as a content creator, right? So this summertime will be a perfect time for that. Once we hit September, now things start to pick up. Starfield, Lies of P, Mortal Kombat 1, possibly Harvest Moon or Cocoon because they're both kind of chill style games. October, absolutely nuts. Detective Pikachu is a maybe. Forza Motorsport's a maybe. Assassin's Creed Mirage, Lords of the Fallen, the Grinch Christmas game, which we'll probably play in December, Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man, which is what it should be called, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, City Skylines 2, and the possibility of Sonic Superstar, which may actually be releasing that month as well. November, WarioWare Move It, Like a Dragon Gaiden, Persona 5 Tactics, and the Super Mario RPG Remake. And then December, Dragon Quest Monsters, and Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, and I'm probably going to play, like I said, that Grinch game. So, an interesting lineup. Now, keep in mind, some games still don't have release dates, like Call of Duty. The new Call of Duty, we don't know exactly the release date yet, but we know it's coming out, right? We're aware the game is coming out. We're not stupid. We know they come out with a new Call of Duty every freaking year, and this is no exception. So there will be more Call of Duty in the near future, and we'll probably be interested in it. We'll see. All right. And other, if there are other game release dates that come up in the meantime, I'll consider it. But you got to let me know what else gets solid release dates, because I'm just going right now based off the games that have the solid release date. Yes, semi-NF, there is a Grinch video game coming out in October. It's an action platformer based on the cartoon of the Grinch. It's correct. I just talked about that. He's acting. He said the Grinch? You said the Grinch? Yes, the Grinch. Okay. All right. So, is that confirmed? Dex says Modern Warfare 3 is November 10th. Is that confirmed? I'll put it here as a placeholder only because I believe it. Right? And that's a maybe for me at this point. Okay. No, I did not say Killer Clowns from Outer Space or Disney Illusion Island. I'm not really interested in either game, Derek. No, I already said I'm not interested in Volcano High. It's going to be terrible. I get the feeling. Seriously. I did not know there was a Grinch horror movie last year. What the hell? What are my thoughts on digital only release for Alan Wake 2? That's the route every game is going. So just accept it. Just accept it. All game developers are going to do that from now on. I've been saying it for years. They don't want to spend the production cost to make the physical game in box. The game's not even on the disc. That's just a placeholder for you to download the real game anyway. So it's time to give up on owning the game physically. You never did. You only owned a digital license to play the game regardless. It's never going to... It's going away. It's time to deal with it. Okay? Okay. All right, so that is the game release schedule for the year. Again, if you guys have any other games that I missed or have dates, let me know. If not, if the game comes up with a date between now and it comes out, let me know. I'd like to add games to the schedule that I'm aware are coming out, but I need to know when they're coming out to do that. So I'd appreciate that if you could let me know. But outside of that, sounds like a pretty solid year, and this is good because it gives me opportunity in the summer to do my anniversary celebration, you know, stuff that I want to do. I'll have the time to do it rather than be pressed for time and trying to rush it. I'll actually be able to kind of spend time on it, right? Okay. I received a $3 tip from The Hate. If you have downtime, you should play Gollum so we can see you suffer with evil maniacal laughter. No, I don't think so. And did you guys hear that? Remember that game dev just recently announced a new game based on the Mines of Moria and the Dwarves? Well, guess what? The game is canceled because that game dev, after the insane failure of Gollum's game that just came out, announced they are no longer developing games. They are only going to be a publisher from now on. They are out of the game development business. They threw their hat in and laid off a ton of people. So there you go. They gave up entirely and canceled the whole project that they were working on. I guess that's what happens when you put out such a flop, right? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my game release schedule for 2023. This has been a very cumulative update with lots of information. Please let people know I made this video so they can check it out and see for themselves the games that I'm interested in playing. Thanks to those who joined me live here during my digital summer party for this part of the event. I hope you enjoyed it. It's time to move on to other fun stuff for today. But in the meantime, thank you very much. And I'll see you for all these awesome game releases later on in the year right here on DSP Gaming. Thanks, everyone. See you then.